Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy
Hey,
Sunday, Yo Joe.
Yo, Joe.
yo,
Haven't
Joe.
heard from Artwann yet. I'm hoping he makes it. I don't know if his schedule got goofy on us or something.
We need a proof of life, Artwann.
Well, I mean, he posted in the group like a day or two ago.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't heard much from him recently. Oh well.
Yep.
Hopefully he can join.
Hopefully. So, good morning, and I think today we're kind of just gonna cover some topics, little news, 3D printing news, little GI Joe news.
There's a lot of stuff going on today, I think, in the news. So, yeah, very topical that we cover the topics.
Topical topics.
Hmm. The best kind of topics.
Yeah, right. Um, First thing I kind of want to jump into is I've been just getting slammed with ads for this one Kickstarter. So we'll pull that up.
All right, Mark, you were teasing this when we were prepping for the call.
Yeah.
And I think that I am getting slammed for these ads too, but I have not looked into it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to play their little video or not. Probably not. But looks like they made their goal was 100,000 and they're well over 1,000,000. So it's happening. Looks like the prices for this are going to be a little around $7,000. Yeah.
Can you read the blurb for it as I pull this up as well? I want to.
Yeah. What is this? I
Yeah.
knew 3D. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good
What is the name of it?
I knew 3D.
I knew,
Or maybe it's might be this QC2A might be the like model number for the printer.
QC2A. Well, they made it easy to remember. I'll give them that.
Right.
Kickstarter. I knew 3D, the desktop full color 3D printer with AI modeling. Now, I wonder what full color means to them.
Well, they're claiming that was up here 500,000 plus colors in one print.
Oh, there we go. What?
So yeah, so it's mixing. It's got to have like a CMYK resin thing going on.
Of course. So is this resin? Is this a resin printer then?
It has to be.
I
really
Well,
I
it says
haven't
water
taken the time.
soluble supports, multi-finish capability,
yeah.
and
I
desktop size and office friendly.
Yeah. I think what this is a smaller scale version of a printer that I've seen before. And basically what it does is it's essentially an inkjet. And it just piles on layers and layers and layers of inkjet. Ah, yeah, that's exactly what it is because I'm watching the.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: one of your cartridges is a water soluble support, so you're printing from the ground up. But anything that would be a support is painted in a clear water soluble solution. So then you bathe it afterwards, and it eliminates all the support.
There it is.
Yeah, I've seen something like this before, but it was a $100,000 machine.
Right.
So it looks like they're using the same technology, and they're making it at a much smaller scale.
And from what I was seeing up here, I'd love to find like no shit the actual build size.
Yeah.
But it looks
on
like
their website rather than the Kickstarter, so I just saw the build size.
It's not much.
No, 200 by 160 by 80.
Yeah. So but I mean, we could do action figures, and especially like like if it's designed. I don't think their AI is going to do it, but like they're boasting the tabletop minis.
Yeah.
But like we could do. Here's an arm, here's a thigh, here's a foot, here's a head.
There's Shipwreck's parrot right there.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So like that machine is fucking huge.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit bigger than the one that I saw on my image. Yeah, okay, yeah. Look at that thing. That's the size of a
and
1970
then the actual
Cuisinart.
Yeah. Yeah, the micro micro oven your turkey in just under 6 hours. Yeah. So
okay,
this isn't going to be for everyone, but this is where the technology's going.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Mark, this was the day that I was waiting for. The next thing, right? We've always, talked about what's coming next. Is it the way that, adding on to the way that a printer prints? Is it giving it a multi-dimensional print head? Those type of things. This is the leap. This is the next one, I think. If this is what it says it does.
Yeah, and it's this is kind of how 3D printing kind of kicked off. Like they existed, they were expensive. Like businesses had them, and they were $100,000 machines. And then a company made one you could put on a desktop and afford. And that's kind of how this whole thing started. And this is just another innovation. It's another piece of that.
So I'm guessing it looked like you poured the resin into that little side tray thingy up there. You poured
There's like couple little vats for each one. It looks like you open the front door and you've just got access to they're tanks,
Yeah, and then it does the rest just like a print jet or inkjet. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if I just had all the money and space in the world, I would 1000% get in on this. But let's wait 2 years and the price will be chopped in half. It'll do better. Be more reliable, I suspect.
So it looks like 181 backers. Is that what I'm reading? 181 backers. That's all it took to make this reality, huh?
Yep. My guess is it's already in existence. This is one of those Kickstarters where the product already exists. They're just using the Kickstarter as a way of getting the word out.
Okay.
But that pricing is not bad.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the material cost is. Because basically you have a CMY. So it's
CMYK clear and then the supports.
Yep.
So it's 6. And I suspect the support material, you're always gonna use that. You're gonna roll through that stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna go through that. And it looks like they have an extra bin for direct white, because you're not gonna be able to create white out of CMY. So you have CMY white, transparent, and then the support. So they're showing that they actually have a transparent resin that you can do.
Is there not a black? I put it away.
It does not show dedicated black. And yeah, it looks like at least from the thing I'm seeing on the website, it looks like black is only done through CMY.
Interesting.
And it's not, the models that they're showing, it's not a very dark black.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting concept. It'll be good to see where this goes.
Yep, I'll be monitoring my Temu account to see when the knockout.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or when Bamboo gets on board with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my Bamboos, man. all the people that talked me into getting one of these things. Thank you.
Mark's going to change the channel from G.I. Joe 3D Printing Podcast to I love Bamboo.
Yeah.
Bamboo.
Maybe I like them to sponsor me. Send me some more stuff.
Oh, your dream come true, right? They just send you swag.
GI Customs has a good point. Ouch, if mixing CMY to make black, it will absolutely use a ton of ink. Cheaper to buy the action figure buck and customize. Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if it's truly resin. I don't know what type of material it's using, so it might be cheaper than resin. They give some. The website gave a couple estimated prices, and they were showing a figure, little statue size thing, and they're saying, this is about $2.50 to make, but they're appealing to the people that make custom figures. So they're saying, yeah, but you could sell this for $35, which is probably not out of the realm of possibility, depending on how good the statue is and how unique it is.
So I was at Micro Center and I saw a resin 3-pack or something like that of the what is it, CMY or whatever.
CMY.
And yeah, so are there machines out there that just automatically mix and do that right now? That Micro Center would make the color mixing things? What is that? Or did I not see that correctly?
I would yes, those machines exist, but they're so expensive. I wouldn't expect to see that at
Micro Center.
At Micro Center, but they like. I mean, they'll do filament the same way. They'll do like a multi-pack and do the cyan, magenta, yellow.
Maybe black. Was it red or was it just filament that I saw?
I don't know. Even if you go to the Bamboo site and you look at their basic filaments, they have like a CMYK bundle, which makes no sense to me. Like, who's printing in magenta?
Yeah, right. It's not like you can mix those colors together to make a new color, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I don't understand what that's about. They're just appealing to people that know color theory, even though you can't actually mix. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, it was probably Inland you were looking at, and the price was probably fantastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
But we've been buying the Inland their basic PLA from Micro Center. It's $9 a spool, man. Like, you can't beat that with a stick.
Nope. It killed me because I had an emergency situation where I needed some Inland filament to match exactly the one that I was running out of. And I knew that I couldn't get up to my Micro Center, so I had to get it on Amazon and pay $22 instead of $11. I know, it was killing me.
What how far is Micro Center for you?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I got two. I got two. Yeah.
Nice. So I got one in Denver. When I was in Maryland, I had two I could get to within, well, depending on the beltway, I could get to them with 20 to 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's same thing with me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
I was lucky.
So Shane, the big question of the two Micro Centers here is, do you always pick the one that's close to the Sweet Hut? Because I always pick the one that's close to the Sweet Hut.
I pick the one that has the biggest stock that I need of the stuff that I need, Oh,
I don't care what they have at Micro Center. I just like to go to Sweet Hut.
Is Sweet Hut, okay. Is that a euphemism for something else?
No, no, it is exactly what it is. It is a Korean bakery that is fantastic.
There's a Korean. It's in a Korean shopping center, and I've never been there. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go.
Yeah.
Field trip next time.
There we go.
I guess Joe Fest is the next thing. Yeah. That I'll be doing too. Speaking of Joe Fest.
Yes.
Good segue.
Good.
You like that
segue, Mark?
Nice segue.
Thank you. We're going to talk real quick about the custom class. So Chris Scott of Grindhouse Toys and I are running the 2026 custom class this year. And we'll be doing a Lieutenant Snake Eater. I think everyone can kind of figure out exactly who this is supposed to be.
Yes, it's obviously Solid Snake.
Right. So the price went up a little bit. Like, it was $50 for a long time. We did $50 when we did our Sergeant Slaughter turned heel Cobra Warlord a few years ago. It went real well, but like it's it's 2026 and like everything is just so much more expensive now. We had to bump it up a little bit, but you're getting a lot of stuff. These are all the 3D printed parts, a couple of knives, backpack, 2 heads. We got a helmet and a beret and pistol and shotgun. It's a lot of stuff. I don't think anyone's going to be able to paint all of it, but you can kind of pick, kind of the version you want to put together and paint those up in the class. And kind of the focus of this class is really going to be talking folks through good techniques for painting camouflage. So here's one. I'll pull up a bigger picture, but there we go. So this is one Chris painted. We'll have some more photos pretty soon that we'll be posting as we push this. I think we've sold, I think, close to half the seats already. I think in the first like 2 days we sold the first half of the available seats. So it's going.
All right. So Mark, as a person who has not gone through one of these classes, I have a couple of questions. So first of all, okay, it's at Joe Fest. We register beforehand.
Yeah.
And the class is during Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. When is it?
Friday morning.
Friday morning. Okay.
I'm sure it says the details on the actual page.
Yeah. And so, do we come with the classified figure in hand?
The figure is the only you and the base figure is what you need to bring. So it's going to be based on the Footloose figure.
Okay.
That's our base for it. They are still available on Big Bad Toy Store. I think they're sold out on Pulse though. So they're still easily available. Bring the figure, and then Friday.
And then you have these, and then you'll provide these. It looked like a ton of parts of other things there, right? Like 17 different things. We got 2 heads, a helmet, a beret, all that accoutrement.
Yeah, it's like 13 or 14 different pieces.
And then we'll be painting the figure and the supplied new pieces, right?
Yes.
Wow. Step by step. Do you recommend this for a novice painter, or do you?
We absolutely recommend this for novice folks. Like it's really cool. Like, so we did this again 2 years ago, and we had we had people in the class that had never done anything before custom wise, and we had people that had been doing it for years, and they all had a good time. Like it was pretty nice. Like the following year we didn't do it. There was just some communication issues, and I can genuinely, honestly say, back by popular demand. Like so many people wanted us to come back and do it again that we're coming back to do it again.
Well, so, I think that's a great price point for the materials that you're getting there. And do we have to come with paint in hand, or do you have that?
No, we're gonna have paint. We're gonna have brushes.
Okay.
I would recommend. I think most folks are somewhere near my age, kind of just the general Joe Fest audience. So if you need reading glasses or magnifying glasses, like we all like, I'm looking for mine. I think they're in the other. I would bring those.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So bring if you need assistance looking at tiny things close up, I would highly recommend bringing that.
And this is done. I know that some things require like airbrushes and specialty equipment, but we're just using paintbrushes, specialty paintbrushes. I'm assuming different ones, different sizes, and then they're tailored for the paint that we're going to be using. That's awesome. That's a great deal. That might be the deal of Joe Fest right there.
You're the best, dude.
Yeah. What type of
but no kidding. Like,
no, I mean, think about all you're getting there. You're getting the time of the instructional aspect. You're getting the printed parts just handed to you, ready to go, and all the paints that come with it, pre-selected. Right? That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's
and you get to hang with Mark, so well
worth Citadel. Yeah, I'm not like so. The last time I kind of sat at the front of the class and tried to paint my own figure, and I won't be doing that this time. So I will be around, but we've got a handful of volunteers that are going to be there to kind of help people out. So it's going to be good. Like it's if you haven't tried painting camouflage, it's not, making it look good isn't as easy and straightforward as you might think. So it'll be a good class.
Would you mind popping up the finished figure again?
Mm-hmm.
So the big question mark, as part of the $65, do you get one of those little rubber popple things for doing the paint?
You don't get to keep it.
Ah, boo.
So we have
but at least you get to use it.
You get to use it. So but we'll need it again for the next year.
Yeah.
You know. So what he's talking about is those stress things. They're called poppets. I'm not going to run and get mine, but we found that you can put your paint in there. It's just like a little half sphere. You can put a couple drops of paint in it, use it, mix it, whatever, and then it's really easy to just let it dry and then pop the dried paint out. It's super convenient. It's just super convenient to use those. So yeah, we'll have those again for sure. Yeah.
Well, so that is awesome. I love it.
That's my plug. We did post a link to this in the group, in the G.I.JOE 3D printing Facebook group, and then Chris and I'll be plugging this thing for the next, well, until it sells out. So
yep. And you said it was half full. So about how many people are left that can sign up? How many chairs do you have available?
I want to say there's 30 more seats available.
Okay.
That was, as of a day or two ago, last time I talked to Chris about it. Yeah.
Well, now that the commercial has been made on this worldwide channel here.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, next year. So there's a custom we've been talking about for years now, wanting to do, and both the slaughter one and this were like, we were 100% going to be doing this one thing, and then Chris like changed his mind, just bait and switching me, bastard. So hopefully next year we'll do it.
It's called keeping you on your toes.
You've been yearning for that one for a long time. I think I know which one it is.
Yeah. Oh well. So let's see what else we got. Since we're talking about Chris, we'll go ahead and we'll plug his thing real quick. So this is the World War Hell backer kit is up.
Now so I just saw the backer kit come up a day or two ago, right? What was it?
Yeah,
it was this week, right?
It was this week. It was Friday. So he launched the original Kickstarter on Friday the 13th, and then the backer kit went up on Friday the 13th.
I see what he did there.
See what he did there? Yeah.
All right, can we zoom in on some of these? And I want to see some. I didn't give it a good look because I hoped that we would be covering it here, and I wanted to show my surprise and excitement in real time. Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah, we can start there.
I would love to say yes, but it goes like sometimes one is my favorite, and then I'll be like, man, I really like that one. Let me say, so this is Colonel Malum, and I like he's just gross. Like he's ripped his own face off, and then he's got a couple different other people's faces that he wears.
Mark, paint the picture for talking about painting. Here's my segue. Paint the picture for us what this universe is in 2 or 3 sentences, if you can.
Towards the end of World War II, the Nazis are losing, and this crazy guy right here, Colonel Malum, does a ritual to open up a bunch of gates to hell, and then demons and such come through. Let me see if I can find
Nazis. Man, I hate those guys.
Yeah. So he summons this demon, the Harbinger of Doom.
Okay.
Who comes through, and immediately kills a street performer dressed as Mickey Mouse or Steamboat Willie, and then takes his costume and wears it. And so, yep, some soldiers get possessed by demons and stuff. Sometimes they can't handle it and they explode. Sometimes they turn into things like the dead shadows here. But everything's, it's 3 3/4. These are O-ring figures, but they're a modernized O-ring. So they've got wrist articulation, ankle articulation. You know, the head's on a ball joint. So they're articulated a lot like a 6-inch would be, but they're 3 3/4.
And what I'm noticing now, you know, and I've seen, I guess, the prototypes at the booths, right? That's what those were. Okay.
Yep.
So one thing that really stood out to me with the prototypes that I saw was the detail in the, you know, on the figure itself was more like a classified, was more like a 6-inch figure or whatever. And not, you know, you're looking at the traditional ones or the modern Super 7s, and they're kind of, you know, they're kind of cartoony. These are super realistic and detailed.
Yeah, so these were all the figures were sculpted by Carter the Conqueror, who we've had on the show. And he just absolutely crushed it. You know, Chris really knew what he wanted, had a lot of specific, like, time appropriate references for him to go from, and he just nailed it. And then Chris is just one of the best painters in the game. So between Carter's sculpts and Chris's painting, these things are just amazing. And then they're going to be made at the same factory as Mythic Legions. And so if you're familiar with those figures, you know, we're confident the factory can pull off the level of detail that we're expecting. I'm saying we, because I just, it seems like every day I'm on the phone with Chris talking about this thing. So I sculpted a handful of things.
Okay, so I'm looking at what you get with this, and this again is going above and beyond what would normally come in, you know, one of the modern 3 3/4 figures. It's like you get several hand versions.
Yeah, depending on the exact figure, there's typically multiple weapons, multiple hands, blast effects, and they all come in a in like a VHS cassette type package.
How cool.
Yeah, if you haven't been to a show and seen Chris's video store booth, it's worth checking out. It's like it's like an evil blockbuster.
Evil blockbuster, yeah.
Yeah, his packaging is incredible. I got his 2 other figures, and the amount of detail and the amount of just creativity in the packaging that's incredible. And I see that he's doing a big mural across all the packs too.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring that.
That's very cool.
Here we go. I don't know that I can bring that picture up any other way, but it's right here. So you can put all if you get everything, you can line them up, and there's a big mural.
Can you zoom in on it? Can you pinch and zoom?
No, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I'm not on a Mac or anything.
Let's see. I've got just the picture downloaded, so I can probably get a better picture.
You know what? He's not going to mind if I show this, so hold on. Can I not open that?
Let's see. I'll go ahead and steal the share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Did it take it? It's got to stop sharing on my end, but nope, I don't think that's weird. Let's see. Trying to share. You might have to, all right, trying to share again. You might have to switch over to the window. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I think we both did it at the same time.
So it's not highly detailed, but you can at least get a better idea. So it's 10.
Yeah, hold on.
As you're pulling that up, you know, if these are truly in the VHS format, I would. Oh, there! Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I did that. I did that render. So, yeah.
Okay, that is very cool.
I want to go
and like I actually really kind of like it this way too. Like I love the Mark Pennington did this, and it's gorgeous. But like I really loved looking at this, and it's like if you had VHSs as a kid and you had them on a shelf, like nothing matched up.
No,
you know, like everything
even
was
ones from the same, even ones from the same brand.
Yeah,
you can have the same series, and they're all offset. Like I see, he kind of did that on 2 of them.
Yeah.
All right. So when I get the whole series, I'm going to my mom's house and I'm getting our old VHS pull-out shelfie thing, right? And I'm going to put all of these in that shelfie. It's a thing that sat under the TV that you pulled it out and it had all the VHS lined up, right?
Yep.
You know, and then you could close it back in. Yep. These are going in that 80s style.
But like he had the gumption and the wherewithal to reach out to lots of different artists to do the packaging art, and I love like all of it. All of it's really good, you know. Adam Riches did this one. He did a post about that recently.
A little bit a question about the package in a non-art thing. So are you able to slide it? I can't remember from talking to you guys at the booth, but are you able to take the figure out and put it back in, or
so all of it yeah, all of it. I definitely have stuff. So it works just like the slip cover on the old VHS packages. So you'll take the slip cover off, and then you've got the box. There'll be a little window. The box itself will look like a VHS, but then you can open that, and it'll be in a little, vacuum form thing, and you can pop them out. But you can put everything right back together just like it was.
All right, I love that.
There's no blister card that you don't have to rip anything open.
No
you don't
ripping.
have to break anything.
Yep. Okay.
So if you're an in-package person, you can take it out, check it out, and then put it back in, and no one will ever know.
Yeah, and is he going to bag all the accessories? Because that's how he's done previous figures.
I suspect. I don't know that they're going to be like all blistered in. There's probably too many to actually make it all work on one plane like that.
Yep.
I could have fun with a couple of vehicles with that too. With these
guys. And this was part of his decision to do 3 3/4 was it enables vehicles.
Yep.
At a realistic scale that you can, put some on a shelf and everything will be fine.
And because it's O-ring, I can collect it. I can buy this now.
That's right. They look great next to your original Joes. He's been posting pictures of them next to Joe's like the whole time. So yeah, you can have Sergeant Spectre flying your Sky Striker or whatever you got to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, the chat is going crazy over here. Oh, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. We are talking about all things that has come up in the last couple of weeks that we haven't gotten to yet, which is a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Another nice segue. We can pull up the Facebook group.
Ooh, going through the Facebook group. And I've been traveling a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been as hands-on with the Facebook group. So this is going to be a surprise for me too, a little bit.
So this is a fun one. Mr. Montgomery did a little keyboard and screen.
Oh, I did see this one. So that was amazing looking at Scarlett, watching the screen, and it's all that 3D. It looks like a tactical map, and then it looks like a monitor in front, a real monitor in front. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love the perspective.
It's like if you've ever seen like in the movies. They'll be in a big room, like a watch floor, the giant screen up there. Like that's kind of how it is. You got a bunch of people on little computers, and they can project their screen up to the big screen for briefings and stuff
Enhance.
like that.
Enhance.
Yeah.
I'd live that life. Never again. This is pretty cool.
Okay, what is that? Is that all 3D printed?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep.
Dude.
If I hit him, it might bring up just his contributions.
Yeah, I think.
So yeah, it looks like he's been working on this for a while.
Well, that's Tanner 3Ds, and I'm not sure if Carol is Tanner or if he's just saying he's printing Tanner 3Ds. I think he might just be saying he's printing Tanner 3D's project.
Anyway, I like that.
I'm trying to get it back. Here we go. Oh no, I wanted to start at the bottom and work my way up.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've just hosed it up.
I can't find out where you are. I'm trying to scroll with.
Started at the top and I'm going down. This one's cool. Bryce Hanson. So he's making kind of nicer rims for his Stinger. And he's got some more pictures of that up ahead. But what I like is you can kind of see where he's got a cool little split going on. I suspect so he can print them the other side down. Or so he can sandwich it onto the tire. Maybe that's the reason. This is interesting stuff.
Okay, that black bar is either in the wrong spot or the right spot to keep us not safe for work. If you scroll down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is, but it's cool. It looks like he's making a mech suit.
Yeah, modeling in VR. Interesting.
Yeah. Modeling in VR, like Tony Stark.
Ugh, I hate in that movie how he's just like he didn't even do anything. He just told the computer to do it.
That's what it's coming to, Mark.
Yeah. I think that's my conquest, and he's printing it. And this was cool. Here's somebody made some reproduction parts to complete their. Oh, it's the Canadian one. Nice. Looks like that the roll cage thing is printed, and of course the front forks. That's cool.
I like mine better.
Then Craft and Conquer's got this whole shuttle complex going on.
All right. Yeah, now I did
like
see this one, and there were a couple of things about this one that I really, really enjoyed looking at. So it's all movable. It's got these, got the little tank treads at the bottom. I love the command complex of that, where they've got the people sitting there, and this is really cool. I really do, and I really did enjoy looking at this. I couldn't imagine printing something this big.
It's a lot. I mean, it looks like the gantry kind of comes out.
It does.
Yeah, he's put a lot into it. He put a lot of time into it.
I'm sure there's lots of things that we don't even see, like over there on the side with the patio, the grilling area, the patio over there on the.
Yeah, it looks like it actually looks like all those doors closed too. So
yes,
that's very
cool.
Cool.
It looks like it closes all up. And, who did this again?
It's Craft and Conquer.
Okay.
So he was doing the Dino Rider stuff. That was sort of his first sort of foray into 3D printing. And so he's a O-ring guy. He's a 3 3/4 guy. Kind of everything is there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I love the space swamp masher down there.
Yeah, down here. Yeah. Right? Like that's what the moon rover looked like with the copper and white and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
He's got some more stuff posted. We'll get to here shortly. And this is kind of after my own heart. Shannon Vokes did this, and this is, it's minis. And I don't know if
dang.
Yeah, I don't know if this is intended for tabletop gaming or just put it on a shelf. I don't know what his plans are, But like, I want to do a model railroad. I want to do a train set, and my intention is to do, all this kind of stuff and load up a big table with it one day.
One day. Don't get me started again, Mark.
He's got the mix of FDM and resin here.
Yeah, I am curious of what statues those are, what figures those are, because I haven't seen them before. I see a Pythona, I see a Globulus. I'm not sure who's making those.
Once a Man, it looks like.
Yep, Once a Man, Viper. Looks like Wild Bill.
Yep, Wild Bill's over there.
Yeah, but I haven't seen those before. I'm not sure who's sculpting those.
Yeah, not sure. I know there was a tabletop set that did or didn't happen, and they made all the models available for people to print, and it could be that. I haven't linked to it. I've been meaning to fucking download it. And then this is Joe. Always clean, professional looking stuff.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, I'm zooming in on this stuff, and it just looks so good.
Yeah.
Even these tires.
There's a windshield. There's a windshield on there.
Yeah. The decals look pretty good.
Like zoom in on the hubcaps of the wheels. Those are, look at that, black on that one, and even there's the hub, 4-wheel drive hub turner on the front one, just like on my old CJ7 that I have. Look at that. That looks so good.
Yeah. You can see a little bit of stuff going on, but like these are just gorgeous prints.
There's a lot of finish work going on with this, I'm afraid. Just a lot.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And I like the truck aspect of the vamp too.
Yeah, making a pickup out of it. And Arnoush, he's been. This is another guy. Now, I met him at Winterfest a year and change ago, and he was just getting into 3D printing and 3D modeling, and he's just come really far, really fast. This is awesome. I think I can hear his video playing.
Here's my version of that.
Oh, nice.
I put red seats on mine.
I gotta make it big.
Okay.
And whose model was that, Shane?
My own creation.
Oh,
really?
Nice.
Yeah. So I turned these into, so I have Cobra, and then one for the Sky Striker, and then here's one fully in resin that wheel fell off, but one fully in resin that I was playing around with. But what I was doing with this is I imagine, all right, so for the audience out there, the boys here were talking about my love of logistics type vehicles, right? And what could be more logistical than the Tug? But I wanted to make it a little bit more battle friendly. So I created a whole bunch of things that go onto the back of this instead of the, well, that was on upside down, but instead of the little hook that hooks onto the Sky Striker, I put missiles and guns, so you could just go and attach these and put them all around your airfield kind of thing. I figured that's what Cobra would want to do anyway. But anyway, that's mine.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's removable.
Yeah, I just saw this morning.
Oh, whoa!
So it says files available. I could click, and I don't know if they're for sale or not. I don't know, but this is pretty cool. I think it's based on a head. HEMTT. But yeah, they have these massive trucks like this that the U.S. military does, the Army, and it's like if a Humvee or a Striker or something breaks down, it can pick it up and tow it.
Nice.
So it's definitely based on a real world type of thing.
All right, this is
on steroids.
Yeah, right. I was like, this is what the Tonka G.I. Joe line should have been. Something like this, right? Instead, there was that Tonka crossover with, I guess, the Sky Brigade or whatever, or one of those. But this is what it should have been.
And here's some Esteban Fuentes, the guy that does the fist action figures. He posts pretty regularly and has stuff available. I'm pretty sure this is all on his Patreon, or you can just probably buy the files. That's kind of creepy. The dead body on the gurney. Yeah, Patreon. He's got all his links here.
Nice.
His stuff. He's been good for a long time, but he keeps kind of like getting a little cleaner, a little tighter, a little better. I need to practice a lot, is what I think when I see his stuff. And then we were looking at these before. These are the upgraded hubs for the Stinger. Very cool.
I like it. The Ross Stinger. I love it.
Not at my Ross's. I keep looking.
Yeah.
So this is on Cults. Kind of a buck you can take and properly turn it into whatever you want.
Oh, so wait, can you go back there? I didn't see that one. So is this an O-ring or?
I'm not sure if it's O-ring. It very well could be.
Yeah. All right.
It's basically just a scalable buck.
Yeah.
Take a look at the one showing the scale. If it's an O-ring, it might. See, no.
Mask, Judge of Star Wars.
Okay.
Visionaries. Interesting. That's an interesting graphic. I hadn't seen that before. Got some more of this. That's just so cool, man. I just need time, money, and space, and I'll be doing my train sets. And this is cool. So this is another one. So Travis posted this, but it's I'm pretty sure it's Craft and Conquer did the design work. So these look like O-rings and 4-inch figures, and a design kind of based on some Starcom stuff, which I'm a big fan of. I love me some Starcom.
It looks like on the bottom they fit into something or kind of snap into something else a little bit bigger, right?
Or it's made so that eventually it can. I don't. Okay. I haven't seen him post any other Starcom type stuff. I think maybe this is where he's starting, and then he'll do the mothership type of thing, and they can plug into that maybe.
Nice.
Okay.
That's an image.
I'm guessing.
That's an image right there that fits close to my heart with the way that my workspace looks. That's
yeah.
I feel you on that one, buddy.
I think that's probably most of us. And here's today's podcast. So what is this one? He's asking about the mast. You just look at this. Oh, look at the rolling thunder on the damn thing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ugh. Yeah,
I need time, money, and space, but not that much.
Yeah, it's funny if you read the description. He's looking for files to be able to reprint the mast because he can only fit it in one exact location, and there's a pipe jutting out where the mast should be.
Oh, I see what he's talking about. If you look at the picture, there's a pipe in the wall right there.
Yeah, and he goes into the description. It's like, I can't move it 1 inch either direction. I can't. This is where it has to be. Right.
That's perseverance right there. Build the toy around the space. I love it.
Yeah.
Stonegate was
right there.
If you go back a few, it looked like Stonegate Creations was at the lake with
his
couple of boats.
Well, you said a few, like a lot, because I didn't.
Oh, in mine it was just down one. Okay, sorry.
Maybe he posted it soon, recent.
16
I
hours
it
ago.
this morning, so it's a relatively new one.
Yeah. In mine, it was right between there. Okay, never mind.
Well, now I want to see it.
Oh.
Fill the time.
Here, I'll share my screen. I'll share it. Pop me up.
Oh, I need to talk to him about these hinges and see if he got that figured out.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah. So this one,
did see that. Yeah, I don't know why it disappeared on me.
I love going to the water. This is what the toys should be like right there. That just looks so good.
So that's
looks like a nice day.
Piranha?
I think so. Yep.
Yep.
And then this. Oh yeah.
It's different color. It used to be magenta.
I appreciate the fact that he has to be in the water to take this picture.
Nobody prints in magenta.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Electric Cobra.
Those are good.
That's a fun picture, man. That's cool.
That really is. That's good. That's what's up right there. I like it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That was a fun stroll through the G.I. Joe 3D printing. Hey, we just appreciate you know, all the folks who post and especially those who post regularly. I envy you a little bit for being able to design or print and then go out and take your photographs and post it all. So you know, that's just going above and beyond in my opinion.
So the hinges work. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the hinges worked. Awesome.
Yeah, on the fire bat. So
and those
I'm glad he got
print
that.
in place hinges too, right? As I recall.
I know that's what he was hoping for.
Yeah.
He's here. He can let us know.
Yep.
Hinges aren't bad kind of once you kind of figure out how to do it. They're really not bad. But all it takes is just find a toy that's got some hinges and just kind of copy what they did, and then you just got to play with it till it's dialed in. Cool. I was hoping he'd say, yeah, print in place. Yeah. So anybody got any current projects they want to share? I know you were showing us some. Yeah, he's cool.
Yep, they are.
Yep. I know you were showing us the ground equipment for the Rattler and the Sky Strike. Did you have anything else, Shane?
I don't. Nothing that is in progress. I've got a couple of small things that I've been working. I'm trying to think what I've been working on. Did I know I showed you all privately. Did I show the group the Funwoods vamps and the modifications that I did to that? Did I ever show the group that? Is that?
I don't know. Were we live or was that after we were done?
I think it might have been an after show.
After.
Well, I'll show that. I've got it right here. Mine making me a big, and I'll show this. So this is a Funwoods Indian-based vamp, and I got 6 of them in all kind of different colors, and they are made out of a weird plastic that reminds me of, I guess, a beach toy. You know,
that's
it's
what
really
I was
shiny.
thinking. Yeah.
That's absolutely what it looks like.
Yeah, a pool toy or a beach toy, that kind of thing. It's made out of that kind of plastic. It's not going to break. It's very bendy and shiny, and it's a little rough around the edges, but it is in almost the exact same dimensions as a vamp, except for these are a little bit looser. You can see that. I don't really like that. That's not my favorite. But one of the things that this had, and this is all one molded piece, so it's not riveted or glued or whatever. But because of this, there was, and I don't have one with it taken out. I should have done that. The steering wheel was directly in the body of the vamp. It didn't have a dashboard, and it just made it look really bad. And when a figure was sitting in here, and a figure fits in here really great, it just didn't look right, and it took the realism out of it. So I went and designed a dashboard for it based on the Vamp. And so here's one of the little dashboards that I did unfinished, but it clamps in there, and it uses, let's see what it uses, a little screw in there that goes through the existing hole that the steering wheel popped out of. And it all just kind of fits in there. So you can see I've kind of painted it to match a little bit in there. And I just think that this brings this little cheap toy really back into the realism of, the Vamps and the Stingers. And I love the way that it looks. I'm using the original steering wheel in there. It was a fun little, I don't know, 2-hour project that I designed up, that I whipped up, that, it kind of fits in there. And I love that. So if you have a Funwoods Jeep and you do not like the steering wheel, let me know and I'll send you the file. And you can print these little things out and pop them in there. I think it really makes the difference.
Very cool.
And I love having 6 more Vamps that are in all kind of different colors, right?
Yeah, it just sucks that you got to pay the shipping cost for all that stuff, because that would make it,
and the tariff.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, because so they go from being like really, really affordable to
I think they were sub $20 a piece, and then add on $10 more to that. Yeah, but they're a little different than the Giggles and the the Funwood. They've got Funwood, then Giggles, and then what was the other one? Fun School, right? So here's like the Giggles or the Fun School one. They call these the MRF ones, and this is the traditional plastic that we had. The stickers are really crap.
It looks like it's colored to be a Target exclusive. You know how Target will do like a Target Transformer?
But I saw the red Duke is in here. The red Duke is in that.
I saw the white circle on the hood a little.
Oh yeah,
not completely, but I saw that. I thought it was a Target logo.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
got Fun School right on it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But these are much better plastic. But the thing, they didn't use glue; they used these rivets on the top. But you know what I'm going to do with those rivets? Those are great locations for maybe a gun or something else, like an antenna or something to fit down in there. That's my idea for that. Wouldn't that be kind of cool to have little antennas up there, whip antennas on that?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, stun flags.
Stun flags.
There you go. And or you could just pre-break them and say they're whip antennas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, is that a 3D printed flag or?
Heck yeah! I wouldn't be holding a real flag like that, shaking it around like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they break, right?
I was about to say, if that, that can't be a real flag. It hasn't turned into red dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do have the real version, but look at that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There had to have been something with that red plastic that they used in that time period, because almost every piece you see on a stun is just cracked in half.
Yeah, even like the hubs. The hubs are breaking. Like
the little red things.
I bought a Python Patrol stun maybe 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Both flat, like fully complete, had both the flags, and since I've owned it, both the flags broke. I've been I was careful, and it's just like boop. It just the gravity of the earth.
Now, were they red as well?
On yellow, I think. I think they were yellow.
Really?
Yeah, they were yellow. But it didn't have yellow hubcaps. It had silver hubcaps, right?
Ooh.
I think it does. But yeah, that plastic is made out of the same stuff that they made the Mission Impossible. If you choose to accept this will explode in 5 minutes or whatever. 20 years, this will explode. It's a little bit longer time, but it does explode if you choose to accept the mission.
Yep. So you're right, Shane. They were silver hubcaps, along with yellow flags and all the other yellow pieces.
Yeah. Which is so weird because nothing on any of the Python Patrol stuff was silver.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I make some replacement hubcaps for that, and I offer them in the original yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. I'm gonna have some driving I got to do today.
All
But
right.
I did want to show. So last year at Joe Fest, I met Plastic Fantastic and his friend Derek, and kind of talking to Derek, they got me onto these UV DTF transfers, which are kind of stickers that you can have made effectively. And there's machines that are kind of becoming available now for that. They're a little expensive, but I do want to show. So Derek, and he's got an Etsy store, and I'll try and remember the name of it before I'm done talking. He sent me a sticker sheet for my Fang, and he does graphic design, so he was able to kind of create this stuff. But I was showing this to Mike earlier. So
amazing.
Like, that's just as beautiful as can be.
So how do you said it's a transfer. How do you transfer it from its backer to the
So it comes sandwiched between what I would call a thin piece of acetate. It's 2 pieces of clear plastic. So here's what, this is cut out, obviously. And then you just carefully gotta get it to separate.
So you cut it, they print it on a sheet, and then you cut it yourself?
Yep.
All right.
And there might be a company that can die cut for you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so then you remove, does it have a sticky side and a normal side, or?
So it's got that side, you can see it's, a little bit thicker than the more flimsy side, but it stays there. You peel it off, and then put it where you want it, kind of rub it down, and then you peel that other piece of plastic up. So all that's left on the thing is the transfer. So you don't have to fussy cut around. You don't have to, there's no shiny, silvery, clear plastic. It's just what you want.
Okay, so that is very cool.
So it's like a water transfer without using the water.
It's a little thicker, but it's very, very opaque. Very opaque. Like, you see how nice the white against the black is. Like, it's
absolutely, that pops.
It super pops. Like, this thing, he sent them to me. I had a Fang that I had printed, like my first print of the Fang, and it was just like not good enough for the stickers. So I printed this thing at like 0.12 layer height, just to make it as nice as I could and worthy of the transfers. And it turned out great. So this thing, this is the first thing I've done that on an FDM machine. I love the bamboos,
You've mentioned that before.
But this isn't a 3D print anymore. It's just a toy. Like, any flaws that might be on here, you don't notice because the stickers make it pop so much.
Good question from GI Customs. How stuck are they? Can you easily peel an edge up, or do they hold down really well?
Ooh, good question.
I don't want to screw this, but just going like this.
Okay,
it's on there.
They're on there, man. I don't think they're going anywhere ever.
That's the next level labeling sticker.
It's really nice.
Well,
so
I've never seen that before.
I've been curious. Like, when you say you bought the HasLab Hiss, it had decals that were on it that were embedded onto the toy.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know right off how that was done?
I think that's a tampo.
A tampo.
Yeah, I would think it's a tampo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing. Yeah. I don't think they're doing this kind of thing at a large scale like that. I don't think it'd be cost effective to do that way. So, I mean, I've been watching videos. I've been trying to find, like, is there a machine I can afford? And GI Customs, he did a Kickstarter for one. Like he should be getting a machine relatively soon.
Nice.
But they're not cheap. They're affordable. Like it's not like buying a car, but they're not cheap either. You know.
Yeah, I would if you're interested in this too, I would highly recommend not doing a Google search for DTF in my area.
No kidding.
You get you don't get the right results from that one.
I don't.
You won the podcast today.
So, like my wife's very much into a lot of this stuff. Not the toy part, but like being creative and making things. And so, like we've been talking about it, and we don't even say DTF. We just say the other thing now.
Yeah,
because we're weird.
Well,
it's a process. It's another thing
where conversations if people are eavesdropping.
Yeah, there's the machine that I've been kind of looking at. It's got a CMYK like tanks, and
more tanks.
Like pour the whatever it is, the ink, into those. It prints it onto the plastic, and then you got to put it in basically there's like a white powder that you spread over it and get it on there, and then you have to bake it and cure it. So it's the one. This is just like the one I was looking at. It's a process. It's not just hit print and it pops out and you're done.
Sorry, I was trying to get us all back on here.
No problem. So yeah, but definitely another one of those things where the technology is improving and the devices are getting cheaper and they're available. And if you want to make your own sticker sheets like that, like you can just Google, UV DTF transfer, and you can find it, or who can make me of this something. Figure out a Google search with those words, and there's a couple of places where you can order these things, but you're gonna have to create your own designs for it.
Ninja transfers, Jiffy
is, I think, the one I was looking at.
Yeah, look at that.
Amazing. That's cool. Yeah, once you get this machine, Chaz, we're gonna have you on to talk about it for sure.
Yep. When does it come in? Is there a date?
He's expecting it any time now at this point, I think.
Nice.
But it was a Kickstarter and they've been shipping for a little while. He just hasn't got his yet. Anywho, we're a little over an hour. I do need to kind of get moving, so we're gonna call it a day at this point.
All right.
Yeah. A little bit of information, a little bit of news on this one.
I
think we ended up not talking about the ramp rats, Mike, and they're awesome.
Next time we'll talk about the box.
I think what it is they're so bored because these guys get bored. They have that big crate and they hook the straps up to it and they do like muscle man contests to see who can pull the crate.
I think so. I think they learned it from Zartan, taking the chameleon and throwing it in the box. That they just like running around.
Yeah.
I actually like the concept of the ramp rats. I think that's a neat concept to go along with the Rattler. It's a little too late. I would have thought that they would have tried to get those out with the Rattler. Yeah. But the box just, I don't know. It seems like
I wish it came with less guns that I don't need because we've already got those guns a dozen times.
Well, that's what the box
less guns and more tools. That would have been great.
More tools would have been cool. Like the fact that it only comes with one set of direction wands.
Yep.
It's like, more tools would have been cool, and not a little chainsaw. I don't get the chainsaw.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on a lot of airfields in the military. Never saw a single chainsaw.
No,
not one. Saw a lot of those things.
More tools would have definitely been cool.
Yeah. Okie doke. Thanks again, everybody. Next week we will be back with the Fang 2 build part 4. That should get us pretty close to the end, I think. There's no way we finish it. There's no way we finish it, but it should be getting pretty close by the end of next week. So
very cool.
Yep. And Uh-oh, and that signals time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Oh,
Hey.
Bye, everyone. Yo, Joe.
Being realistic.
Yo, Joe, everybody.
Yo, Joe.